Well, he is right. If you consider the crash of 1929, which led to the Great Depression, that was certainly a major global incident that affected the whole world, including Australia. More recently, though, we've had the 1987 crash, where shares fell 25% on a single day, and we've actually seen fund managers and traders here say they would have preferred to have a single crash like that on one day rather than what we've had over the last several months. And of course the dot-com correction back in 2001. Now the big difference that we have now is that from the high in November we've seen a gradual decline in the share market, a return of fear and loathing to the share market. No one knows where it's going to end, and that's the big difference. No one knows where this will end.
Now, it all started, of course, with problems in the States with the subprime mortgage area, with the market there. How, though, does that translate to falls on the stock market here? Well,
you could look at the history of the whole subprime collapse, but what it goes back to is the definition of subprime. And a subprime is all about the person receiving the loan below standard. People who were given subprime loans in the United States were people with little or no credit history, but when the US Federal Reserve increased interest rates gradually over a long period, those people who took loans on at those very low rates started hurting in a very big way, and those people just couldn't service their loans. Housing values fell when people just walked away from their properties, deposited the keys with the banks. Banks had invested in subprime mortgages, and when there's an asset that no one wants to buy that has no value, it affects the entire share market.
So that would affect markets here because we are reliant on what goes on in the States, because America is the world's biggest economy?
Because of the fear and suspicion that's returned to the market. Indeed, banks too scared to lend to each other because there are so many ticking time bombs out there. No one knows when they're going to explode, and that's what we've had for the best part of a year. The cost of money increases. The big banks here, Westpac, Commonwealth, NAB, ANZ, they're having to pay more for their money. Loans are costing more, and as a result, they've increased their interest rates beyond the Reserve Bank. And that cost of money is where Australia is being hurt.